everybody. Welcome to Excel Video 378. I'm Nate Moore. I was on site at a client the last couple of days. We pulled some EMR data. We pulled some PM data, joined them together, and used it to forecast demand for a service and then staffing around that demand. When you're ready to pull data out of your system and change the way you practice medicine, let's talk. I want to play with another new feature in Excel 2013 today. You'll see I built a pivot table, and from inside the pivot table, the Analyze menu, I want to play with a timeline today. If you've seen slicers, they were new in Excel 2010, you'll be familiar with what I'm talking about with timelines. If slicers are new to you, watch Excel Video 289 and Excel Video 290, and you'll get up to speed on what a slicer is. But today we're going to do a timeline. So when I click on Insert Timeline, what I get is Excel will go through all the fields in my pivot table, and it's going to look for any date fields that are in there, and if there's one called date. So I'm going to check that and click OK, and Excel builds for me a timeline. And what a timeline is going to do, you'll see now it's pulling or filtering by years, and it's pulling from 2001 to 2013. Watch what happens to my pivot table here. If I drag, notice, see the gray areas at either end of the range. I can drag that range and say, no, I want to look at 2012 to 2013. See how my pivot table automatically changes to match the range that I picked? I can change this from years to months. You can't control, these are your four options, let's put it that way. But within those options, I could go to months, and I could say, well, let's say I've got a fiscal year, so I'm going to drag back, let's say it starts July 1, and then I'm going to come over to this end of my timeline and make it end, come on, June 30. There we go. And notice as I drag, Excel will tell me up here what my date range is. And because it ended on quarters, it said, all right, this is third quarter 2011 through second quarter 2013. That happens to match my fiscal years. That works for me. And you'll note that now I'm looking at July 2011 here to June 2013 there. And my pivot table filters based on what the timeline does. That's what a timeline is. If you're familiar with slicers, a slicer is a visual filter, a manual way to filter data by checking boxes in a slicer. What a timeline will do is let you drag these little selection tools to get whatever date range you want around years, quarters, months, or days. There are a couple of things you need to know about a timeline in terms of some formatting options and these timeline tools and options here, and some other things you need to be aware of when playing with timelines. We're going to talk about both of those subjects in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.